and then I'm gonna hit the thing where I say record, and then I'm like, "Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Merlin cast." And I've got a guest with me right here. And introduce
Yo,
yourself again, sir.
sorry.
Adjusting his camera.
Again, sorry. I
No,
realized it was a real bad angle, and I was like, oh no, that's gonna be
I
terrible
I
if
didn't
I
think it was a
sit
bad
like
angle. I
that for
mean,
an hour.
now we can see like the whole top half pretty much.
There we go. Look, bang. Some Resident Evil for everyone.
Yeah, there's always a Resident Evil or a Metal Gear
I
reference.
really, I'm not gonna lie, I really like this t-shirt. When I
I
saw it, I really geeked out. I was like, I have to have this.
No, that is pretty cool. And yeah, man, it's been a while. We were just talking about all kinds of hot political topics before we recorded.
We certainly were.
Man, I was
Too
like,
hot for on air.
yeah, he was dropping off on me. I'm like, this is too heavy for what I was trying to talk about. Woo, man,
We were
it's
going
too,
deep.
yeah, it got too much. I'm like, I got to distract myself. We got to talk about some silly stuff now. But yeah, man, no, I wanted to start off by saying you announced that you are officially back. You've got videos on your other
Yes,
channel now. So tell us about that.
I have. I've officially like relaunched my like spin-off channel, which I've decided to make like my main channel now,
Hmm.
which is going to be pretty much like gaming, like retro gaming, really. All the games I sort of like grew up on as a kid and in my teens and sort of that sort of stuff. Mixed in with a load of anime stuff as well.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, I've been like, even though I've like disappeared for like 3 years, I've actually been like making like weekly segments and monthly segments and like reviews and top tens and let's plays and made like a giant library so I can like launch the channel.
So you have you've been talking about this for years. I was
I have.
you've got a backlog. Is there any particular reason you've just been like waiting and you haven't just all like why are you doing it now, I guess?
um, because like here's right. So I kind of got like bored on my other channel just because like I don't know, doing like live reactions and just unboxings and stuff.
Hmm.
I don't know, being in the anime community, I kind of feel like you're boxed in terms of what you can use like music wise and footage wise. Whereas like if you go into gaming, you've got a fucking limitless well of greatness.
Yep.
Right.
All that footage. It's true.
Yeah. And like, I don't know, I don't know. I feel like on my first channel, I was always like really boxed in and I couldn't like be creative. And like on this channel, I've kind of like feel like I'm just putting all my passion and creativity and my geekiness into it and shit. So I've like totally changed my style up and changed my editing up. And yeah, I've like tried to learn new things like, you know, animation-y shit and green screeny stuff and,
Hmm.
you know,
No,
better editing.
no, man. I was checking out some of the stuff actually. And I really like the style of your new video segments that you just kind of put up a little while ago. I haven't watched them all because I'll admit I'm not like
Helping them
a
out.
big I'm not a big wrestling guy, but I did watch a bit of the first WrestleGamia with your buddy, and I actually thought they
Yeah,
had a lot of
wrestle game.
energy. It was fun. I realized you went up against was it Kane or was it the Undertaker?
Yeah.
Those
So yeah, one
guys.
of my mates, Kane, he's an actual like indie wrestler here in the UK.
Oh, really? He is.
He's an actual tag team
Like,
champion.
like,
Yeah.
yeah. He said that, and I'm like, is he an actual wrestler? Or is that like
No, he's actually a wrestler. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That.
That's why I kind of wanted to. That's what, you know, because I thought to myself, I want to come up with like a really cool gaming segment where I can do it with like wrestling because I've in my backlog I've got like horror, I've got anime games and survival horror stuff, Resident Evil stuff, Metal Gear stuff, you know, all the stuff I love.
Sure.
And I had no wrestling stuff, and I absolutely love pro wrestling. I grew up on it since I was like 4 years old.
Mhm.
I've followed all the products. You know, I'm a fucking massive mark. And I thought, yo, I've got like a friend that's a wrestler in a local promotion.
No, that's awesome.
You know, why not? You know, well, basically, like the concept of it is like I used to love watching two best friends or super best friends play. This is a channel, you know, back in the day they were like huge, but they like broke up and shit. I used to watch them all the time, so they're like a massive influence on me on this like certain segment,
Sure.
as well as like OSW review. This is like another big thing in like the wrestling YouTube community, as well as like Botchamania. So I've kind of like mixed all of that together and sort of like, you know, put my own spin on it.
No, I believe you, and I liked the format. I was like, wow, this actually looks really cool, and I'm like, I'm jealous. Like, I want to do more Let's Play stuff, but I'm not enough of a gamer, or I'd be. I mean, I would do classic stuff too, but no, it was just fun to
Right.
watch some of it. I'll have to watch more.
Well, I
Did
mean, it's
you?
like
I, I
if
know
you're a
that you
wrestling fan from like the 80s and 90s and early 2000s, I kind of like thought what can I do that people from that era sort of like love? So like, for instance, the intro is like my own parody of the WrestleMania 6 intro with all the graphics and the voiceover and shit. Like
I know I loved the opening. I was like, oh man, that's really cool. With the voice he's doing there, I was like,
yeah, it's
no,
like,
it was cool.
well,
I
basically like Vince McMahon does it like back in the WrestleMania 6 one. So like I thought like I'm just gonna do my own like sort of terrible Vince McMahon impression. Like I want to sort of like I wanted to give it like wrestling cheese because we all know it's kind of fucking cheesy and we all love it. Sure. So I wanted to give it the the wrestling fucking love treatment, like my love letter to wrestling sort of.
Well, I do have a couple questions about that because you did say you're a big wrestling fan, Mark. So when I put up the video on Drinkable Alchemy for Stone Cold's beer, have you tried that beer?
I haven't. I wanted to try that the IPA stuff, right? But it's not over here, so
it's not.
No, they don't have it over here. So like, I might be able to get it off like Amazon, maybe.
But, yeah, you might be able to get it imported, but that might be extra.
Yeah, and then like,
yeah,
it's probably gonna be all fizzed up.
Well, yeah.
Traveling all that distance,
oversea beer. Oh man, the lag is so bad right now. It's a great face for a day. Oh no. Gotta fill up the air. Did I lose him? Oh, it was me. Shit. Well, now there'll be a slight like yes. There's this thing that my computer likes to do. You see, it likes to turn off the Wi-Fi randomly on it.
Shit, really?
Yeah, so that happens sometimes. It didn't happen the first hour we were talking and not recording, of course. But my second question for you was yeah, with I posted the fizzed up Stone Cold stuff was I was trying to get like a little bit in the mindset of all right, well, I got to talk to him about some of the wrestling stuff. You might know that I'm a Star Trek fan.
Yeah.
Hence the figurines in the back. But I didn't know this. I guess I saw a video for Raw where I guess William Shatner.
Oh yeah, William Shatner.
Yeah, who did he fight? Who was the king? Larry?
Oh, Jerry the King. Glory is on like the King's Court sort of thing.
Yeah, and I was I thought that was pretty cool, and I actually liked, of course, because back in the day, Captain Kirk did some of his stunt double did some bad stunts, but Shatner actually did like a thing where he like rolled back and the guy flipped.
Yeah, he did a little flip thing. Yeah.
I was like,
there's also another one. He came back and he guest hosted Raw when they were doing like the guest host thing, and he did in like Shatner voices their like theme songs. I think if I remember, pretty funny.
Great.
So he's come back I think a few times.
Yeah,
over the years.
Who are a couple?
He's in the Hall of Fame now as well.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
Who are a couple other the big ones? I feel like didn't they fight some? Who was it? Was it Spawn? Who showed up in WrestleMania at one point? Wasn't there somebody like that?
A lot of people have shown up in WrestleMania.
Like
there's a celebrity like every year. So I mean,
oh really? So a lot of people do show up. See, I don't know much about it. Yeah. Like I would think like sometimes there's like fictional characters that show up, and it's.
Oh no, it's not. No, it's like singers, bands, actors. I don't know. Like, everyone. Muhammad Ali. Everyone's been there. Pamela Anderson.
Do you have a favorite wrestler?
Do I have a favorite wrestler?
Mm-hmm.
I've got more of like a 1A, 1B.
Okay, that's like fine.
Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart.
How about a face and heel? How about that?
Oh, face and a heel. Oh, I might change it, but yeah, because wrestling is very subjective and different. So like if you said, who's my favorite person wrestler, that would be different to like who do I think's the best heel ever, or who's the best face ever, or who's the best talker ever, who's the best technical wrestler ever. There's so much like things to wrestling.
Give me your personal favorite and who you think was the best heel and best face from your experience. How about that?
Okay. Right, so favorites like 1A, 1B. That's Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart.
Okay.
Grew up as a kid watching them. If anyone knows wrestling, if they're watching this, grew up watching them in like Rockers, Hart Foundation, into that IC title run, into their like main event run, to becoming legends. To they're amazing. They're like two of the best ever, two of the best technical wrestlers ever.
Okay.
Well, highly regarded like wrestlers. And then like best heel. That is a tough one.
You can give me a couple if you want to name a couple.
I'll just cop out and go Ric Flair, just so I can't think of anyone better.
That's fine.
Yeah, even though that's a solid pick. But I was going, let's not go with anyone too generic. But I was like, damn it. I mean, yeah, I've got to go Rick. Best face, Hogan. But then I'll go like best in-betweener would be Stone Cold Steve Austin. So
okay. So where's the love for Macho Man?
Oh, Macho Man's got love, but you know, he's up there. But unfortunately, you know, there's levels to this shit, and Randy's just on the one that's just slightly below Hogan and Rock and Austin, and he's you know he was.
Well,
I mean, he was the face of the company, but only for a year. But he's not. He isn't Hogan. We all know he isn't Hogan. He isn't Austin. He isn't Rock. Right.
Well, I figured
he's
Hogan
an epic wrestler.
Pretty much number one. But I was always told, I got a couple friends. Troll and his family, they're pretty much, for a bunch of them, I think, were into wrestling, and cool. I was always kind of outside of it, and he always told me that the storylines and stuff I'd like would probably be the Kane and Undertaker stuff. He always thought I'd like that stuff, which I guess because there's like
that's more like
supernatural
metal,
like, weird, yeah. So that sounds cool.
More, like mystical.
Yeah, mystical is weird elements. To it.
Yeah.
Did you?
She gets weird, but it's okay. It's wrestling.
That's fine. It sounds interesting. The more I find out about it, I've kind of grown to respect it. I just don't know where to start with it. I
will send you a video called I think is it Super Eye Patch Wolf? It's called something like Wildlife.
I watched it.
Aha, okay.
That's actually there's two reasons why I actually appreciate wrestling more, and that Super Eye Patch is that's actually funny. I watched
a great video that will sum up wrestling to anyone.
Like that is actually one of the things that made me wow. Like there can be really great like levels of storytelling in wrestling. And I'll admit, for many years I didn't grow up with it. Even as a kid, I'll be honest, I didn't get it. I'm like, it's fake. I don't like, why are people so into this? You know,
I get it.
You know, it seems like machismo, dumb guy stuff, and I'm like, whatever. But the more
it's one of those weird things that I don't know. You either kind of like it and get it, or you just don't.
but I learned about it partially because of the video. I'm like, so it's just a big theater production. It's all it is. It's stuntmen in theater with story. It's really like, wow, that's kind of cool. And also, I think
there's more of like a serious sports side of it too on the
because of all the stunts and stuff. It's hard to pull. But it's like it's a show. It's a performance thing. And also, I think I told you this. Oddly enough, the show Glow about the ladies of wrestling. Glow. That show actually made me appreciate the all that goes into wrestling too. It's a good show. I really liked it.
I've still only seen clips of it. I really need to.
No, I think if you like wrestling, I think you should.
I know.
You should watch it. It's good.
I've heard it's great. I know I'm gonna love it. It's just getting the time.
I recommend it. I think you'll like it. But is there, before we wrap up this segment, are there any wrestlers that like you personally hate, or you think are really bad, or they're overrated? You're like, man, I don't really get this guy's hype or whatever.
Ooh,
you got a wrestler you hate, I'm sure.
Mega, yeah.
Who?
There's the new hot guy in the wrestling world in like AEW when he was in like New Japan. He's called like Kenny Omega. I don't know, all the modern day wrestling fans that are growing up on it now love him, and it's like, I don't know. I'm just gonna say, it's like if you've grown up watching wrestling for like 30 years and you've seen the generations, and it's like people go, wrestling's passed you by. I don't believe in that because I've loved wrestling forever. I still love it. Well, I don't love the product right now because it's terrible. But
I've heard that for a long time.
Right. But what was I saying? Right, yeah. So
why don't you like
Kenny
Omega? Yeah.
Why don't I like him? Yeah, it's just I was saying like if to the modern fans, they kind of they just, do you know what I mean? It's like if you grew up on like, I'm going to use PlayStation 1 for example, right? If you grew up on PlayStation 2, didn't you? Right?
Yeah.
So I'll use PlayStation 2 as an example. Is that your first console, if I remember rightly?
Big one.
So let's say the generation now that's going to grow up on PlayStation 5, they're not going to know what it's like to experience, say, a Shadow of Colossus for the first time on PS2, or a Grand Theft Auto for the first time on PS2, or God of War, a Persona, right? They're not, right? They can go back and experience it, but they're not going to live in that space in that time. It's just one of those generational things, right? For me, it's the PlayStation 1. People can shit on what it looks like now, but fuck me, I've still got the you want to call it nostalgia, they're still great to me, and they're still amazing games on the PlayStation 1. Everyone knows it, but
Yeah, no, what you're talking about is like I mean, it's partially nostalgia, but it's also like somebody in a different time growing up with a certain thing can't fully relate to what it was like to experience that thing. That's true.
yeah, right. So how this goes on to wrestling, I've seen generations of incredible talent, mega superstars, matches, feuds, storylines, characters, right? And you can come back and watch that, but you're not going to be in that time and experience. You're not going to go through that experience. To me, it's gone. Whoop, whoop, you're here. This is down. It's down here somewhere. Wrestling's down here right now. It used to be all the way up here.
Well, I got a question for you then.
They
Dad.
believe down here because that's all you know, really.
Well, Dad,
the best.
You're making me wonder though. Is that if it's something like you're talking about video games or wrestling, is that different than some things that it doesn't really matter? Like, for instance,
I wouldn't say that what I said about wrestling counts in video games, because games have gotten better, right?
Yeah.
Wrestling has plateaued and gone down for certain reasons.
Why is that? What are the reasons?
Too many. Unless you want to make this a wrestling podcast.
No. This is you're the guest, man. No. No, I'm curious because I don't know much about it. My one buddy is like I mean, I've been hearing for years about how wrestling's not as good. And is it because they try to be too PC now? Is that part of it?
No. I mean,
I heard that's part of it.
No, don't get me wrong. I know a lot of people hated the PG era, blah, 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 blah. But here's the thing. Wrestling can be PG and it can be good and it can be great.
Okay.
Sorry, it can, right?
Okay.
It can be, and it was. Is it shit sometimes? Sure. Is it as good as the Attitude Era or the second PG era? No. Right. But it's like that wasn't necessary. That turned off a lot of the Attitude Era fans. And yeah, say like the Austin Rock era, the huge explosion in the late 90s, the Attitude Era. After that, you get the Ruthless Aggression era, the start of like the John Cena era, where this is like the death of WCW, ECW, all the other companies. So there's only WWE. So obviously,
that's right.
The fan base decreases, obviously, from here. Right. So then we move into the next generation, which is the height of the John Cena era, the PG era. Right. So it turns off even more fans. So the fan base decreases even more. So we're now over here. Our fan base is even smaller, and there's a more decline. That's just in viewers.
Okay.
But the reason to go down is we haven't got, it's multiple reasons really, but say we haven't got like main event level talent, like truly over wrestlers that know how to connect with the fans and put asses in the seats and eyeballs watching the fucking thing and paying for it.
Sure.
They're just unfortunately, there isn't in this generation any real wrestlers that can do that. There's a very tiny small amount, but they're not even proper top level. So we've lost the elite level of wrestlers. We've lost the Rocks. We haven't got any more Rocks, no Austins. We ain't got no more Ric Flairs or Hogans. We're down here now.
So you don't
think we have to rely on these guys to be the main event?
So you don't think John Cena was that? I think a lot of people liked him.
Yes, a lot of people did. John, you know what? Yeah, Cena was. A lot of people shitted on him and hated on him, but at the end of the day, he's retired now. So you can look back at his whole career and everything he did. He kept that company on his back. He put it to new heights. He put it in stadiums. He helped keep it going. I hate him. I mean, he did. You got to give him the respect for that.
You kind of answered another question I was thinking of, because so you think The Rock really did have a lot of that star power then? He was pretty big?
Yeah, of course. I mean, in the Attitude Era, the reason that WWE won what was called the Monday Night War between WCW, the other big company at the time, is because they had lightning in a bottle twice. They had Stone Cold Steve Austin, massive megastar, right? Back in those days, I'm guessing a household name in America.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, no. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. But also at the same time, they also had The Rock, equally massively over.
Man,
so they just blew up because they had two huge stars at once, and they never had that before, and they never had again since.
Gotcha.
With Hogan, they had Hogan, but then they had everyone one lower down, right?
Yeah, that made sense. They had
in
their
this era. It was like Cena, but was Cena really on that upper echelon? Not really, but he was down here. But he was the only really super over person in that company.
Gotcha. Yeah, I remember like Stone Cold was a big force here, because I'll never forget it. Like he somebody's got like big star power when as a kid, not
Yeah.
really knowing anything about wrestling, I still knew who he was. Do you know how I knew who he was?
T-shirt.
Because
Right.
I when I was a kid, I ended up getting this magazine that was the
Okay.
unofficial guide to Dragon Ball Z. Okay.
Right.
And it was
Amazing.
a really weird little magazine. I wish I could find it. It was all torn up. I got to get another copy. It was my main text for a long time. But really weird early messages from fans and behind the scenes stuff. Really weird.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Very really weird. But there was a thing. This is the hot thing of the time, year 2000. There was a thing where if a Dragon Ball Z movie was going to be in development, they had casting people, and I can't remember who was going to be who, but they had Stone Cold would be Nappa.
Wow.
So that's how I knew who he was for the longest time. I was like, wow.
That's amazing.
And I was like, yeah, I could have seen him being Nappa, sure, at the time.
Yeah, I mean, the goatee, the boldness.
Got curious though. So I'm guessing the star power, the charisma that The Rock had went into movies. Do you think he is a better wrestler or a better action actor person?
I mean, he's successful in movies, and I've watched his films and enjoyed them, but then they're not like I'm not going to go, Jesus, that was like The Predator. It's going to stick with me for the next 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen one of them from The Rock, but I enjoy his films. So can he act? I mean, he can kind of act, but I mean,
he can do his thing.
He's no like, I don't know, pick anyone that's a great
Liam
actor.
Neeson or something.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone you want.
Yeah. He's not. He does his thing. He shows up with a certain.
He's like Schwarzenegger, right? He can get through a film, and he can make it entertaining. And that's all you need.
Well, this is the thing.
I'm not going for an Oscar. Hopefully.
I think Schwarzenegger though is. He definitely is going off that one kind of charisma, but I think he's got a little more range than The Rock does. A little bit, maybe.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I'd say The Rock's maybe got more range than Arnie.
Well, I mean, The Rock's got some comedic stuff.
Actually,
I don't know. I just feel like every movie I've seen, The Rock's mostly the same.
Yeah, I might retract that.
I mean, Arnold, at least he's done some weird comedy. He's done some more serious things.
I was going to say, but The Rock's done weird comedy, but I was like, don't bring that up.
No, I don't think it's the same. Well, all right, you know what? They're very similar, but I think, so you're saying that The Rock, really, you think his prime was that charisma from the wrestling star power. That's where he shined.
No, he's had well, here's the thing. He's had an amazing wrestling career, but he's also had an amazing movie career, like box office wise, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know what. I mean, money wise, it's movies. So I don't know which way you'd like. What would how he would see which the best accomplishment would be?
Well, I was asking you, not him.
I don't know. Well, to me, I prefer the wrestling, but.
Well, there you go.
I'll go wrestling then.
Okay, fine. That's what I figured. I think he would say football actually, but I think that's what he wanted.
Football. Oh God, what, the Canadian Football League?
Yeah, well, he that's what he wanted to do. He started off. He wanted to be a football player, and that didn't work out, and that's how he ended up getting into wrestling. So, hey, there you go. All right. Well,
and he was born into a wrestling dynasty. I mean,
that probably helped too.
Huge.
But that and being huge. But I do believe that was not his original goal.
It wasn't. No,
he wanted to play football. But but
got like an injury.
But hey, sometimes I guess you don't think it's in front of you.
That dude, what a life that dude's had. Like,
and he's really good at just like trying to have a positive.
Is he even 50 yet?
I don't even know. I think he is. He doesn't age,
right? I mean, think for a second, like what The Rock has done in his life. He's been a failed fucking football star.
Yep.
Doesn't matter. He's then become like one of the most iconic, legendary, biggest box office wrestlers ever. Mm-hmm. And then he's gone into movies and been like the biggest fucking box office star for decades.
Yeah, I know.
And now he might become a president.
Hey, I'd vote for him. I don't care.
Why not?
I would. I don't care. But no.
It's better than you've got currently.
Oh man, it's
2024. Lay off the smacker down.
Just look, Arnold was great. California governor. I guess he can't ever be
Didn't
president.
everyone hate him as the governor though?
I don't know. I've heard mixed
That's
things.
what I thought I heard. Like everyone hated him.
I've heard mixed things. Who knows?
Right. Okay.
Who knows? There's always going to be somebody that hates somebody for some reason. So I don't know.
True.
I like his movies. So who knows? Maybe if he brought some of that.
That's what I do. I just enjoy his movies.
That's going to be
ignore everything else.
my political basis now. Be like, did I like that last movie? Sure. I got my vote. Like, it's just, sadly, I feel like that's what it feels like it's going to come to sometimes. But anyway.
What was the last good Arnold Schwarzenegger movie you watched?
Oh, no. I got it. The last one that I really liked a lot was Escape Plan.
The one with Stallone.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, oh no, I like that. Yeah, okay.
That's but that was like what 2013, 2014, something like that.
Yeah, and they did a second one like
with
Batista.
Was it Batista? Was in it? Yeah, he wasn't in the Stallone didn't come back, did he?
Did he not?
I don't think he did.
I want to say Stallone did come back, but it was
maybe
with
for
Batista,
the second
maybe.
One. But there was a third one that definitely.
To be honest with you, it was so forgettable.
It looked like it.
I couldn't tell you what happened in number 2. They obviously went back into some sort of
prison
box thing, yeah, and they escaped.
Sounds about right. A sequel as ever was one. Hey, but no, I feel like that's.
I'm sure there'll be some straight to DVD number 3 and 4.
I think there is a third one, but
oh god, I bet there is.
Did you? I'll tell you what though. A movie I thought that was good might have come out after that. We talked about on the old podcast. Did you see Maggie?
I did, yeah.
I like, and that's why I said I think Schwarzenegger's got range, because that's like a dark, dramatic, artsy zombie movie, and I thought he was good in it. I did.
He was. My problem was I was really disappointed in it
because you wanted. Did you want it to be a big?
No, I didn't. I didn't want it to be like that. But
no, what were you disappointed?
Because from the trailers, right, we thought, oh, it's going to be like serious and stuff, and it's okay, but then there just wasn't any zombies. Like I just thought maybe Arnie might kill something.
Oh, see, you do want him to just be like kill.
No, but just no. But yeah, a little bit, but not just, like a lot.
You wanted a taste of like brutal, like not a cheesy one, but like a broody close up him crushing a zombie skull or something.
Just anything. Just
look, I will admit that for a movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger and zombies in it, the ratio of him actually killing zombies is pretty low.
Yeah, it just felt like nothing happened, and I was just.
It was. That's what I'm saying.
Oh god, it's one of these zombie films.
Yes, I know, but
that try to be different. Like, stop it.
But I like the fact that it was a way for Arnold to show off his range, because it was this dramatic thing about
his daughter. That's the only thing I enjoyed about the film, and then
that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying is I liked him in that. But you're right, I liked Escape Plan more. That's
definitely,
for sure. I think that's more speed, but I think even
that was
those
a long time ago.
Yeah, this was like 5-6 years ago. These movies came out. So does he even do movies anymore? I don't know.
Yeah, he's bringing out some crappy things.
I don't know. I've
not watched him, so
I didn't. Oh, that's right. I completely forgot. This is a perfect segue. Oh, this is a perfect segue. I didn't get to watch it, but I didn't watch it. I did not watch Terminator Dark Fate. So this will be a good segue. We could talk about some of your favorite franchises and how a lot of them aren't that good. So, all right. I remember from our last conversation, you like the Terminator movies, and you said you think that you actually like Terminator 1 more because you think it's a better film, but you think that, but I've always been a Terminator 2 guy.
Oh yeah, no, I get why everyone loves Terminator 2, because I've always said the Terminator 2 is the better movie. Whereas I think, so when I think movie, I think like, I don't know, like entertainment-y sort of thing. You know what I mean? Like,
well,
whereas I think film, I think more directing angles.
You think it's more artistic
idea? Yeah. Okay, so yeah.
But it's an interchangeable thing. You could say movie, like you could say, all right, you think that one. All right, here's the question. All right, you think Terminator 1 is do you think it's overall a better made film than Terminator 2, like movie overall? Do you think that?
I might, yeah.
Okay, so you think that Terminator 1
don't get me, here's the thing, don't get me wrong.
That's fine.
Terminator 2.
No,
Like,
but I get it. But do you like Terminator 1 more? You are
I
allowed
do,
to
yeah.
say.
I like
Yeah.
Terminator 1 more.
Okay, why is that? Talk about it again. We'll talk about it again.
I love the style and the tone of the movie and the lighting they use. It's just everything about it.
Very dark and gritty, yeah.
Yeah. Very dark and gritty. Whereas the second one's just a perfect sequel in a sense. It's more action, more giving more of what you wanted to see from the first.
That's fine. No, actually, I think I appreciate the first one more growing up, but I think as a kid, I loved Terminator 2. Like a
Same.
lot.
I mean, I loved Terminator 2 as a kid more than Terminator 1. But
I'll tell you something funny about the impact it had on my household. I remember a couple of years ago, I randomly talked to my sister about it, and she was like, "Wait, people like the first Terminator? I thought people only cared about the second one."
oh, wow.
I was like,
Yeah, anyone
"Damn."
cares about Terminator 1 and 2. After that,
I know. I mean, yeah, the first two.
is dead to me. Please stop trying to reboot it. Like, you've tried. It's like you've tried and failed, and you just need to give up now.
Wait,
you've ruined it.
All right, let me ask you this then. Okay, that was so far my favorite part of this conversation because you were so serious. But no, here's the question: Terminator franchise is dead to you, but at what point did it die? At what point, though, did you say that it is done?
I mean, 3 was a disappointment, but
silly though. I kind of like.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the most offensive one in the franchise.
Dude, do you remember back in the day when everybody hated Terminator 3 like it was the worst thing ever? But now it's like
because it was the shittest out of the 3 by far, right? But then the problem became that the ones that came after that became so fucking much worse. That became good.
By contrast,
yeah, by default, it became a better film.
I forget if
even more trash every time.
I forget if I told you this. Did I tell you?
Is it Terminator 7 or is it 7 now or is it 6? I forget.
Hold on. 1, 2, 3.
Salvation was 4.
5. I think was the last one was 6, right? Dark Fate.
Wasn't there another one in between that though?
Genesis, yeah.
Yeah, there's that one. Okay, there was that one. So what does that make it 6?
I think it's 6.
Fucking hell. It's not been good since Terminator 2, Merlin.
I'm aware, man. But did I ever tell you? I'm sure
Why is it this bad? I mean, think how good those first 2 films are. Why is it this bad?
I don't know. Did I ever tell you my Salvation story? I think I may have, but did I tell you? Do you remember?
No, I don't think you have. Maybe you have.
Okay. Did I ever tell you? Do you know my sign of a really bad movie experience for me is if it has not happened to me often in my life. I mean, because I don't fall asleep at the movies, right? But nice Space Jam shorts, by the way. I like those.
Yeah, Space Jam.
Space Jam. You see the trailer for the new one?
I'm not gonna watch that new one.
Not gonna talk about that. That's fine. Anyway,
have you seen that trailer, Merlin?
I'm not thinking about it, but I did see it.
I mean, I don't know why I watched it. Well, wait a minute. Just let me finish. I don't know why I watched it because I knew years in advance that it was going to be everything I knew it was going to be. I just had to confirm it, and I went, "Oh, fuck's sake! Why can't you leave my childhood alone?" Ruining everything.
On that note, I fell asleep in Terminator Salvation, man.
Oh shit! You did tell me that. Yes,
I fell asleep, and I know some people do fall asleep in movies a lot, but I'm not that guy. So
Christian Bale's the Salvation one, right?
He's John Connor in that, yeah. Which I didn't mind him. It's just I thought that movie boring, or was that just me that day? Like I fell asleep.
To be fair, I was hopeful and interested in that film because I had Christian Bale in it. I thought Christian Bale never makes a bad film, and I thought this is going to be good.
You know, that's the one where he had his meltdown.
And it was terrible. Well, it wasn't. No, I mean,
it was okay.
I might rank it like the 3rd best Terminator film.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I think if I had to go back and watch it, it was probably fine because it's what we talked about. It was actually one that focused like more on the war in the future. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, but the gap between whatever 2 and what number 3 would be was so astronomically back there. It's like,
dude,
it's like the Alien franchise. Oh my god.
Well, we'll get there. But we'll finish Terminator quick. Because did you see Genesis?
I watched it in clips. And all the clips of the parts I wanted to watch.
Look, I'll just say this because I don't want to talk. That's the last one I watched. That's how bad it was because I didn't even watch the newest one. I was like, I watched Genesis, and that was the one. You know how they tricked me with that one? They tricked me because that's the first one they said like story approved by James Cameron. He'd be in the trailers probably be like, this is the new,
Yes.
like, trust me, they understand the spirit of like I trusted him. They gave
Yeah,
him
no, I trusted him as well.
they
Yeah,
gave him the
yeah.
10 million so he can make another Avatar documentary.
Fucking
And they're
bastard.
like and he's like, oh yeah. And I was like, okay, but then I saw the
I might
trailer where
boycott fucking
it's
Avatar 2 and 3 just because of that.
pretty much, probably. That's probably what funded it. And like, I
Yeah.
just remember the trailer though. I should have known when you've got they spoil it for you where John Connor becomes the Terminator, a million cyber mini, and I saw him and I'm like,
Yeah.
what? This is the weird, like most convoluted.
Nonsense.
They're doing so
Absolute
much.
nonsense, Merlin. That's what it was.
But remember, the beginning of the movie was good. The first like
Yeah,
five
but
minutes.
here's the thing. I was about to say, like, they destroy John Connor in that film, but then it gets even worse in the next fucking film.
So
I'm like, oh, what?
did you watch Dark Fate?
Sorry, no, I watched Genesis, but I watched Dark Fate in like chunked
Oh,
clips to see scenes that
so
I.
you didn't even watch it either, really? Not really.
No, I watched all of Genesis, but I didn't watch all of Dark Fate
No,
as a whole film.
that's what I'm saying. You didn't actually watch Dark Fate either. That's how bad it is.
No, I didn't. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like
I
I
watched
should.
certain clips that I needed to watch, and that was it.
I actually, if I had actually, not, I've been so busy with stuff lately. I actually had planned to try and watch it before we did this, just
Oh
in
my
case.
god, you've not watched it?
No, I'm not. I don't
So
want to.
if you know anything, like you don't know any spoilers about it.
Dark Fate. I only know that it starts off with them spoilers, people, shooting John Connor in the face, like in the beginning.
Yeah,
And I was like, well, I'm not interested now. I'm not even interested now. The whole point is like trying to kill John Connor is the point of the.
They just go with all that silly nonsense, like, oh, let's bring in a new generation. It's like, what?
Oh yeah, that's right. It's like a different.
We've not even gotten to the war, like, or you've taken us back before the war ever happened, so now you have to have the war again. I don't know what's going on with Terminator.
It was cool that Linda Hamilton came back, though. I thought that was a cool part, but I didn't.
I mean,
was she good at it?
Yeah, I mean, that's what made me want to watch the clips that she was in the best.
Well, that's how was Arnie? Sleeping. I am Terminator.
I hope they don't make another. They're not making any more, are they?
Well, they were supposed to make like a 2 and 3 to Genesis, but I guess they scrapped that. They had Matt Smith was the Skynet, which I thought Skynet was a woman in Salvation.
Does Disney own Terminator?
Probably they own everything. Let's check. Does Disney own Terminator? I'm gonna look it up
because you know that film's going to come out in 10 years.
Which one? The Disney Terminator?
Yeah.
Oh, eventually. Let's see.
Because they own the Aliens franchise, don't they?
Oh yeah, they do. It's because of Fox. That's right. That's right.
What else do they own? Universal? I'm pretty sure they own Universal.
They got Marvel. They got the Muppets. They got
Lucas.
The Star Wars. They got National Geographic. All that stuff.
Oh my god, I got National Geographic.
Yeah, if you go on to Disney Plus, they got a whole National Geographic part. They got all those. Let me see. Warner Brothers. Okay, distributed by Orion, but the rights been bouncing around for years. It's not sure. I think it says Warner Brothers, but literally the second question is Terminator Disney movie. Dark Fate was produced by Skydance Media and co-financed by Viacom, Paramount, and Walt Disney. So Disney put money into the last Terminator movie. So kinda.
Oh wow, they funded that.
Joint venture. Oh well, they.
You know why? Because when it goes bad, they know they can buy it up.
Exactly. That's what they're doing. They're putting all these bad ideas and funding all these questionable things so they can just buy it and make it more marketable and turn it into. They're smart, man. They are smart over there. They're really smart. Talk about monopolizing, but
oh, they certainly are.
Yeah, they are. That's a whole other conversation.
Sucking up that power.
But wow, this is gonna be a great series of conversations.
Really dangerous if you think about it.
Oh, it is. I believe me, that old argument is questionable, but
let's hope they don't start buying up the media. They don't own the media, right? Any no like
I don't know, but there's so many different companies crossing over. I'm sure they own some media outlets somewhere. I bet. I know. I forget who it is. I know that there is one studio that owns Rotten Tomatoes.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
I forget which studio it is, but they own it. It's like I don't. It's like with Sony or somebody. I don't forget who it was. Yeah, so I wonder what their reviews on their movies are like.
Yeah, I bet, right?
I don't know.
Not as bad as they think.
But moving on, I guess since you
Mm,
mentioned Alien, I remember that
mm.
was one where our last conversation, you prefer Aliens to Alien.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love Aliens. But then
Conversation
again,
over.
it's I had the same argument. No, I had the same Terminator argument. I think Alien is the better film, and I think Aliens
All
is the
right.
better movie.
All right. Well, here's a question then, because this was what confused me last time.
It's the Terminator 2.
It is, and James Cameron again. So here's the
Well,
thing.
yeah.
Here's the question, and see if you can answer this for me.
Right.
Knowing you, I mean, you appreciate sci-fi horror, obviously, and stuff.
Mm.
But I can tell that you really do like your big action movies.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's kind of surprises me. Why do you like Aliens, the more action-heavy one of that? But with Terminator 2, which seems more like a heavy action movie, you prefer the more horror stuff and thriller in the first one. What do you think makes it bigger for you with Aliens?
I really like the flow of like Aliens.
Mm-hmm.
It feels, I don't know how long, it's a pretty long film, even if you want like the director's cut version of it, because I made the missus watch it.
It's a
like
long one,
last
yeah.
year, I think. It's pretty fucking long. And it's such a film that it goes, it just shoots past, and it's constant, and it's entertainment, and I love it. And it's just the best Aliens has ever been. Even though I love Alien, for all its tension and horror and the atmosphere it creates, it's incredible. And fucking, the art.
Do you
Not
like
take anything away from it, but I love Aliens.
I know you aren't, and do you like it when Bill Paxton says "Game over, man"? Game over.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, the Alien. Oh, I'm looking for Aliens runtime, not Alien. Okay, Aliens is. It says, oh my goodness, it says it's like 2 hours and two hours. Okay, so the regular cut is 2 hours and 17 minutes. Yep. And I think there's another cut that's like the director's maybe 2:34 or something.
Yeah. I always watch the director's cut. It adds in loads of scenes.
Are you a director's cut guy all the time? My one buddy Justin is.
No.
No.
That film.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, just for that one. Okay.
Well, I've probably, like Blade Runner, I've never really bothered with all those, because there's so many
super duper mega cut ultra.
I couldn't even tell you which version of Blade Runner I've watched.
Did you watch the one with the bad narration? I knew he was a replicant.
Maybe not.
That's the original theatrical cut. They had the noir narration.
No, definitely, I didn't see that one.
You probably didn't. No, I think I've seen like 2 cuts. I
didn't watch Blade Runner probably until like some early 2000s, mid 2000s.
Yeah, I remember you were not a big
Blade Even though guy,
if I remember correctly.
Grew up on Terminators and Predators and Aliens, and every film that someone that's like 8 shouldn't be watching.
Oh well, we all know that story. That's perfectly fine. But yeah,
there's nothing wrong with that shit.
No, I think I always prefer the first Alien a little more, but I once again totally with Aliens it's tougher. Like I love both those movies a lot. I think they complement each other really well.
Oh, amazing, yeah.
Like it's like you appreciate, like those are ones that you could watch them independently. They're great sequels, but if you've seen the first movies of either, the buildup makes it like for the especially the characters, with whether it's Ripley or Sarah Connor, like the feelings they go through having to dealing with their
journey with them, basically
their journeys to like fight the people they're attackers in the first movies and become more badass is just it's awesome. Talk about female empowerment, man. Great movies for that.
For some reason, Hollywood acts like that never existed 30 years ago.
I remember. I don't get. Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, think about all the big movies and how many like really big like female actors there were in massive fucking franchises back then.
I mean, I know that there is obviously there's definitely sexist issues in Hollywood for sure, but like that whole thing about like action stars not being driven by women, like I that's what I always think about is like Sigourney Weaver, and I was like, really, like she's one of the biggest. I feel I think she's great, but I'm not an expert on all the statistics, but who knows. Speaking of which, though, how do you feel about good old Alien 3, though. Where do you stand on the David Fincher Alien 3? The dog alien.
I like it, but it could have been better because there was like it wasn't the original version of it, was it? I don't know if you've heard the original concept of it being on like the wood planet and that sort of shit.
Yeah, like a wooden planet where all the monks, they were all monks instead of
Yeah,
prisoners.
instead of prisoners. Yeah. That could have been fucking great.
That would have been really interesting. That would have been weird. I feel like it would have been a much weirder movie, but a lot cooler, the concept.
I do like 3. It's just it's not in the same caliber as 1 or 2.
Yeah.
But it's it's right. It's
but
not,
would you say it's higher up than Rise of the Machines is, like relation to the Terminator movies? Because I think it's better than that.
Yeah, it's probably
for different reasons.
Do you count Prometheus as an alien film?
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. I'm going chronological.
So yeah, I probably still think. Well, to me, it goes probably like 2, 1, 3. Still
2, 1, 3. Okay. Well, all right. That's fine. So, all right. What about Resurrection? I think Resurrection is kind of a fun movie. Like it's dumb.
Liked it when I watched it, at the time, but it's like if I went back and watched it now, I'd probably be a bit shit.
I watched it again a couple of years ago for the Film Fanatics. It was one we actually drank to and recorded. You should listen to it. We did a drunk podcast about it. But I thought it was goofy, it was goofy. But it was like intentionally goofy.
It was a film of its time, the 2000s.
yeah. I thought it was silly, but it was fine. Very, I don't know. The golden humanoid alien thing is still interesting, I guess.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. There's parts of it that I like, and like the dude with the pistols that come out of his wrists and Ron Perlman and stuff.
Yeah, Ron Perlman's there. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, yes, don't get me wrong. I liked it, but when I like go, oh, there's Alien 1 and 2, and I go, oh, look at this thing. They don't look like the same thing.
No, it's very different.
But I still enjoyed the film. Do you get what I mean? But
no, it's enjoyable, but it's a movie you don't take too seriously. That's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, now we'll get to the big question, because I don't think we've ever really talked about this, but good old Prometheum.
It's a bit boring.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I suppose a bit. Could have been. Oh, God, so much potential. It could have been amazing.
That's it.
Yeah, and it is what it is. I just thought it was really dull.
No, I mean, you're right. I guess maybe that isn't much of a conversation piece. Like I think I like it more than some people do.
You do?
I do. I think you know what I really like about it. I like it's got the old Ridley Scott. The guy knows how to frame his shots. It looks really pretty. Great sound design and costumes and sets. Like it, and the acting's pretty good. All the pieces of the movie are pretty good, but the story is like just barely there. And the character, like I told you, I'm sure you know the dumb scientist guys. They're like these experts that they play with little so stupid. They're just these really dumb characters. I'm like, oh. But yeah, no, I agree. It could have been a lot better.
It seemed pointless, you know what I mean? It's like, you went into the second one, it was like,
Alien Covenant was
yeah. It's death of another franchise.
Okay, so when did that one die for you?
Probably after 3.
Oh.
Actually, I don't know. I enjoyed the first Alien vs Predator a little bit.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, all right.
I was like 20 or something when it came out.
All right,
now it's probably terrible.
Well, no, I enjoyed the first AVP, but I'll tell you what though, I never finished the second one because I thought it was so bad. I thought it was so badly lit. I couldn't see anything in that movie.
Oh yeah,
couldn't see anything.
Probably because the budget was so low and they just didn't want anyone to see it.
It was like incredibly low. Like the first one had a decent, and I was like, it was literally like a B movie. Like they're going in there in a bar, and I'm like, I can't even see like what the gore that's happening. Like I can't see anything. It's like one of my movies. Oh man, no, it was like I couldn't get that, but I thought the first one was fine.
It was like a B movie.
It was like a B movie, which is fine. But let's talk about the Predator then, because I know you love the original Predator.
Oh yeah, one of my all-time favorites.
You want to know something?
Yeah.
I have never had as deep a love for Predator as some other people.
Oh.
I don't know why. I think it's because I grew up with Terminator or grew with Alien and all that
Mhm.
stuff. I loved RoboCop. But like for some reason, Predator was one I don't think was there in the formative years as much. I saw it later, and so it's like
Right.
I appreciate it. I think it's good. It's good. I do it, but I don't
Mhm.
like love it. I don't think I'd ever put it as like one of my favorite movies. I think I
Oh,
missed it, but I do. But
cuts me deep.
I know, but it's not. It's nothing against the movie. Like I get it.
Yeah,
I
I know.
just like I know you love it. That's why I'm like
Oh,
my buddy Trolls like he loves Predator. He always wants to show it like at movie nights in the past.
I've,
I'm like,
I honestly think I've seen that film 50 times and I've never once got bored. It's,
well, I've seen it maybe less than five, which and I rewatch movies a lot. So like but
I
I
mean,
do
for a
think
film
it's
you don't, that's quite a
but
few
no,
times. Yeah,
it's a good movie. I think it's probably one of I think it's probably one of Arnold's best movies
yeah, I
because
say it is.
it's like it's one of his more challenging different roles and I love how it's set up as like a normal action movie at first. And
So
like
it's
it
like
really
top
it's
three.
you
Yeah.
think it's your top 3?
Oh yeah, I say it's top three.
Okay, that's right. That's the suggestion you've made a bunch of suggestions for videos that I've never done, like top Arnold movies. I never done them. Oh,
Yep.
don't want to deviate off Predator too much, but guess what? You're not
So,
you're gonna slap me like digitally right now. You ready for this?
all right.
I and maybe you'll hate it. I don't know, but you know a movie for Arnold that I just saw recently? Never saw it
So,
before. Running Man,
you've only just seen Running
like a
Man.
couple weeks, like a month ago. And that's why I
Oh,
didn't bring it to
Merlin's a
cinema.
classic.
I know, and it's so good. I thought, okay, this one's
Oh,
probably dumb.
fuck.
It was really
Yeah,
good.
I watched a video on that, but I didn't realize that was the first time you watched it. I
Oh
thought you
yeah,
did.
yeah, that was fresh for me, man. Yeah. I'd never
Oh,
seen it, but no, but my buddy Troll loves the Predator movies. You know what he always says? He always prefers Predator 2. That's his favorite. Have you heard of that before?
he prefers Predator 2 over 1.
I believe so. I think that's one he. I think he maybe he. I think it's the same thing. I think he might think the first one's better, but there's something about the second one he really likes. Which I remember the second one. That's got Donald. Is it Danny Glover?
Yes, Danny Glover and Bill Paxton.
Oh, that's
Uh,
cool. It's cool. But he's like in the city and he's fighting like gangsters and stuff. It's
yeah.
different. I've heard it's. I don't think people hate Predator 2, right?
I mean,
You're a Pred-
I mean, if that's what you prefer, man. But
oh man, you hate Predator 2.
no, I don't hate Predator 2. I mean, because after Predator 1, the franchise took us
Well, then
straight down. But Predator 2 is like the second best Predator film.
well, here's the thing. I actually think I've only seen it once, so I don't have as much of a memory. But I might have to
I've seen it
disagree.
maybe like 10 times.
Okay, so you you like it, okay.
Yeah, I
So
mean, I don't hate it, but it's not Predator.
I think most people would probably agree with you. But I know it's got its fans. Plus, it started the AVP thing.
I'm a fan, but
Sure, but fuck that movie. No, just kidding. No, I got you. No, but here's the thing. I might have to disagree with you, sir, about something.
Oh, right.
Now, obviously, I don't have as deep a love for Predators as you do, but I actually enjoyed Predators.
Oh yeah, that one, right?
I
The
enjoyed it.
Brody one, right?
Yeah, where they're on the planet and they're like with a bunch of like killers. I thought with
Yeah,
all
it
the
was kind of
different.
like a soft reboot of the first film, I guess.
Yeah, it was like a more sci-fi first movie. I thought it was fine.
Yeah, it was fine.
Well, but you were acting like it was such a down. I don't think it's that bad. I thought it was fine.
yeah, but it's kind of like you're kind of like comparing Terminator 2 to like Salvation.
Oh, okay, like it's fine. I got you. I can see
Yeah.
that. No, I don't think it's as good, but I actually kind of enjoyed that one. Wasn't Lawrence Fishburne like in a ship or
Well,
something?
anyway, yeah, it was enjoyable.
Like
I mean, I bought it on
hiding.
Blu-ray.
Oh, but yeah, like hate that movie on Blu-ray.
Well, I bought it on Blu-ray just to watch it,
Now
but
that I know that's a hardcore fan right there. Hate this movie, but I got them all. But
yeah.
with the special edition. All right, but I will tell you this: that last movie that came out, The Predator, was terrible. That was terrible. That was bad. Don't tell me you liked it, please.
And I watched it. Just, I mean, I thought like I thought like I had maybe like a little bit of potential. Like it could have been cool. Oh no. And that's just where you go. That's another death of a franchise, and they should or at least wait 20 years.
Yeah, that'll be reborn, and yeah, give it some time. I think they need to just wait and think about things. They got to stop pushing it out. You know, just go back to the drawing board, wait, see what ideas we can come up with, separate. At least they're not remaking them, like RoboCop.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing. The first one's amazing. Second one was okay. Rest of them terrible.
Is that how you feel about the Jurassic Park movies? I know you're the first ones, like you love that movie, obviously.
Obviously, the first one's like number one. It's iconic.
Sure.
And if you grew up, well, that's the first movie I ever watched in the cinema, so I might be a little bit biased.
No, I think you're right. It's a fantastic movie. I totally agree.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've told you that I must have been, I don't know how old I was in 1993, maybe 6, 7, 8, 9, somewhere around that sort of age, maybe. So going to the cinema for the first time, seeing Jurassic Park, that's pretty fucking like, whoa. You know, the fucking dinosaurs and CGI. That's crazy.
That's amazing.
Because we'd never seen anything like that ever in any film. So it's like, what the fuck?
Absolutely.
Whereas now you see it all the time. So thousands
times
better.
That's not as big of a deal.
Yeah.
That last Jurassic Park movie was that was ridiculous.
I like the one before that. I mean, that was enjoyable.
Yeah. Another soft reboot.
Yeah, like it was okay, but it's you know, it's nothing on the first.
No.
I mean, the second one was, I mean, I kind of like it. It's kind of average, you know. It was never going to live up to the second one, was it? Let's be honest. So it was always going to live in a big shadow there.
Oh, yeah. I kind of like Lost World.
That was number 2.
Yeah, that was all right.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Yeah, I thought it was cool. But then like the third one was
literal
even worse.
Poop, because they had, the poop phone. Remember that? The phone. Yeah, that joke, that gag. I don't know if we're resorting.
Fucking T-Rex.
And
when we get the reboot, we've got the new T-Rex.
And then new Raptors. Don't forget the Super Raptor Mega. Here's my thing. Let me ask you this. Obviously, I mean, I love dinosaurs a lot as a kid. Still love dinosaurs. Fascinating creatures. I feel like dinosaurs are cool enough that we don't need to make them new ones up. Right?
Right. Well, that's kind of the point of the movie, is that, isn't it? Like,
I know, it's literally, we need to. That was literally like that. That's the most unbelievable thing in this movie about bringing dinosaurs back to life, is that people would get bored by dinosaurs after 10 years or 20 years. No, people don't get bored by the zoo. People love going to the zoo. They're getting bored of the dinosaur zoo.
Right? Like, there's
oh man, ticket prices are going down. Really?
No one's getting bored of dinosaurs.
Are you kidding me? Like, I love reading about dinosaur books. Pictures of dinosaurs make me happy, let alone seeing one at like.
Yeah. I mean, the amount of tourism you'd get, like, go see something that lived 65 million years ago. Yeah. Sure.
Well, that's just a stake. I mean, I guess over time, maybe people might. I get what they're going for. Like, I guess people get indoctrinated, but little kids for the first time are not going to get bored. No. If
anything, they're gonna come back.
Yes, let's see that again, Daddy. Mommy, like, come on, let's go.
And then they'll become old and they'll have kids, and then they'll fucking do the same shit.
Exactly. So all right. Well, did you? I'm sure you did. You saw the Thing remake, right?
Yeah, I did.
Not
gonna lie, I've pretty much forgotten it, so that must mean it was pretty.
I barely remember it too. I remember some weird CGI scenes, but
yeah,
that's about it.
That's what I remember. They used too much like blood splatter CGI.
Well, I remembered an old video I watched about it. Apparently, they did do all these like practical effects for it, but decided to scrap it. So they probably wasted a lot of the budget and then just went for CGI anyway. So
yeah, stupid doing it. So
yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, Mr. Walking00Dead.
Yes.
That was pretty much my list of movies to talk about. So like, as in terms of like the official plan, we're done. But is there anything else you'd like to talk about? Because I mean, I don't care. Anything on your mind?
Damn it, you've caught me.
Well, look, I bring all the subject matter, but you could bring me something. Talked about some wrestling, some movies. Is that it? Is that all we got? That's all we got.
What films have you been watching recently? What's new good? Because like I haven't seen anything good in a while.
Man, I wish you hadn't asked that question.
Have you ever seen The Gentleman? I've recently watched that. That was amazing.
Oh, that's like it's not like an old spy thing. Yeah, Guy Ritchie.
Nah, it's like drug dealers and stuff.
Oh, drug dealers. Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, no, no, no. I did not see that, but I do
It's
like.
like it's like a classic Guy Ritchie gangster film. So like he has multiple characters and the stories like intertwine and they all sort of like reach at the end, sort of thing.
Oh no, that's awesome. I love stuff like
Yeah,
that.
all of his films are fucking awesome. If you Lock, Stock and Two, so Making Barrels or Snatch, they're all like the same sort of stuff.
Oh yeah, I like Guy Ritchie. You know, man, my movie watching this past year has been so bad. I can't even remember the last new thing I watched. I think. Oh, that's not okay. That's not 100% true. I mean, obviously, I watched like Sonic last year, which I thought was fine.
I didn't watch it.
That's fine. It wasn't bad. I'd recommend it. I thought it was actually decent. But I watched I watched Godzilla versus Kong, or Kong versus Godzilla, whatever
Oh,
that
okay.
was. I
About
liked it.
that.
It was pretty good.
Mm,
It was pretty good.
mm.
I enjoyed that one. I also saw the Snyder cut for Justice League, um,
Right.
which was
How was
much
that?
much better.
Okay.
Very long director's cut, but much
What
better.
was it? Over three?
Yeah, HBO Max.
So how many was that in
You don't know
hours?
what HBO?
No, I know what HBO is, but what's that in length of how
Oh,
long was
oh,
it?
oh, time. It was like 4 hours and 2 minutes.
Fuck. Or what?
4 hours,
And
2 minutes,
oh, I thought you said 20. I was like,
or 4 minutes or something. No, it's like it's it's definitely too long, but
yeah, but you'd have to do that in sittings.
yeah, it's broken up in segments. It's broken up in segments. So there's like 8 parts or something. So you can watch it like a mini series if you want to, which is probably the way to do it.
Wow.
But that
Okay.
was okay. I watched it all in one sitting at like 3 in the morning. It was too late to do that probably, but um,
I might do that maybe.
yeah, you should. But I'll tell you one thing I did not
Is it all in
watch.
black and white? Am I thinking that wrong?
No, I think there's parts of it that are black and white. He
Oh,
might have been talking about a black and white cut,
oh,
but
okay.
those are the most recent things I watched. Though I was planning on watching the Mortal Kombat movie, but everyone
Mm.
told me it wasn't very good. Did you watch it?
No, I want to watch that actually.
Okay. Well,
I
if
haven't
you
got
do,
around to it yet, but no, I've heard people said it's kind of mixed.
yeah, I've heard some people like it, some people don't. Drop your gum, whatever that was.
Yep, sorry, Josh.
Yeah, mostly been just going through and trying to watch some like classic movies. Like I'm uploading because the thing was lately some of my friends like, oh, you're a big movie guy, but you missed so many classics, and so they've been like, I've been asking them to select like classic ones. So I watched like Casablanca, I've never
Oh,
seen.
cool.
There's this Hitchcock movie called Rope, which was really good. I don't know if you've ever seen it. That was
Yeah.
good. And uh, believe it or not, I didn't see the original King Kong, the 33, and then I did.
Yeah.
Amazing, loved it.
Yeah, it's
Really
cool.
cool. And let's see. So I've been mostly watching classic stuff because that's what interests me more. And I'm uploading another video I did with some friends. They recommended this movie called Source Code. You ever see it?
Source code. That rings a bell.
With Jake Gyllenhaal on the train. There's like time travel stuff.
Yes. I have seen that a long time ago, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I watched that recently for the first time. I got a review coming up about that. So
Oh,
my,
cool.
my thing is I got like older stuff and been watching just things on Netflix for like we've been doing these movie nights on Zoom since
Oh,
pretty much
cool.
the pandemic. So I've been mostly like more classic things, but yeah, I can't even remember. Rewatched Hook again. Hook was
Hook.
fine.
Oh, that's great. I
We
love
all kind
Hook.
of joked that Hook was a bit long. You know, it takes him like almost like 40 minutes to get to Neverland.
It does, yeah.
It takes a while.
I think I watched it like last year and I was like, wow, I don't remember this being this long.
Yeah, it's just like I forgot about that as a kid. Like it takes a while, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'm literally all over the place. We watched like Goodfellas again.
I was like, where's Rufio at?
Where's Rufio's great. Johnny as I was
Yeah.
about to say what the fuck is his name? Um, Dante Bosco.
He was the only character to die in that film, wasn't he?
I think some of the pirates might die off screen. Like they shove a
Oh.
guy into a box and put scorpions in there. I think he's not doing good. Remember? Well, wait, no.
I don't remember that bit.
Hook died. I know Hook died.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's true.
Ah,
Yeah.
maybe the only good guy that dies.
Well, yeah, the good guy. That's right. He's like, you are the pan. Did you ever see? You know, he was in that Fist of the North Star movie from the '90s.
What?
Yeah, he was in that. He was like the kid. Hero would probably be angry at me right now. Who's the kid that hangs out with Kenshiro on the bike or whatever that drives him everywhere? I think he played that character.
Oh my god!
I think he did. You ever see that movie?
I didn't know it existed. That's amazing.
Well, there's probably a reason you haven't seen it. Oh man.
That was bad.
People don't know. Like, I feel like it's so old now that people forget about it, but that's probably it's one of those things where like you could tell somebody like read the manga or watched the anime and was like they wanted to try to make it like that. Like, you know how in the anime it, like, he'll punch somebody and there's like really gruesome dislocation.
Mhm.
Like, he'll punch somebody and then their jaws like all like this, but it's obviously fake, so it looks silly. It's just, and of course everybody's white, so
Okay.
that's also an issue. But it's
Right.
kind of like a good bad movie, I
Yeah.
guess.
Okay. Yeah. I'm getting that vibe.
Hmm.
I might give it a little 10 minutes.
Oh yeah,
See
yeah.
what I
Give
feel.
give it. Watch the first 10 minutes and decide if you'll turn it off.
Mm,
Watching some like
might be quite funny. I don't know.
I mean, I mostly I've just been trying to get into like B movies and stuff. Like that's been my
Nice.
thing. Like really crappy things and just stuff that's fun to make fun of. But they kind of fascinate me. Like, I'll tell you what, my favorite YouTube channel is actually Red Letter Media. Like,
Okay.
I love their best of the worst, where they just get together and they watch like B movies and stuff and have to decide the best of them and the most fun they had watching. So I love those. Those are really fun. So that's kind of been one of my inspirations for enjoying campy stuff.
That's
Um,
cool.
but yeah, big newer things. I guess that I don't know. I like the Oscars happened the other day and I didn't even care. I didn't
Oh
even
my
care.
god, it did, didn't it? I don't even know who
Well, I
any of the
found
films that were nominated.
I didn't look up anything. Yeah, exactly, because I didn't watch any of them. I could watch some, but I think I found out just by some other random thing that Anthony Hopkins won best for his. I think it is it the father, like the guy with the Alzheimer's or something. I think he won best actor. That's all I
Oh,
know, or best picture or
yeah, I
something.
think maybe I saw something about that, but
I think that's the only thing I know. But that's amazing. I know I had zero interest. I don't care about the Academy Awards that much, to be honest, because you know they don't really like a lot of the movies I like. So
yeah, right.
so there's that whole chestnut.
Same people winning every year.
Same people win every year. They cater to the same audience all the time. It's just it's
Mhm.
and it's and you know what, another thing about it that I figured out when I was working at the theater and with the podcast is, like, I used to hold them to the standard, like when I was getting into movies, like, okay, go through the list of like stuff that won awards, but
Yeah,
it's all about Hollywood. It's all their own, whoever sponsors their own movies. It's among the awards they give to each other. It's like it's that really uh that
circle jerk.
yeah, that exactly. It sort of took a lot of the wind out of the Oscar sales, man. Yeah. But I don't know.
Film industry just ruined.
No, well, here, the thing is I feel bad because a lot of the big franchises and stuff aren't really doing quite as well, in terms of like
Yeah,
producing movies we like, but they're the
nothing new is
biggest,
coming out to replace anything really, is it? It's just
you
the
know,
same old.
as the big thing. And a lot of like the smaller independent movies I feel like aren't getting as much love. They used to have, I guess The Gentleman was a different one that was good, right?
Yeah, I think that still came out like I think maybe it came out a year ago, maybe 2 years ago.
Was it that long ago?
Yeah, maybe it was a year ago.
Well, geez. Well, do they release things over there sooner than here? I think they do, right?
No, I think usually you get it first.
We get it first? Oh,
Yeah, but
oh.
maybe sometimes there's a difference, but
It might depend on where it was made and who made it and
yeah,
whatnot.
I guess so.
Yeah, because I was thinking maybe it was Guy Ritchie. Who knows? But yeah, man,
Yeah, sometimes we get games like a couple of days early as well. I don't know why. But
nice.
then sometimes we get games a couple of weeks later. Who knows why they do this?
I don't know, man. Any good new games you played or classic games you could recommend other than the various PlayStation wrestling games, PS1 or 4 or all the others? Anything good you could recommend?
Oh, wow! Looking over the PlayStation 4 collection,
Okay.
like too many things to recommend there. Like, what have I been playing? Oh, damn. What have I been playing recently? It's just down. I've been playing wrestling games.
Well, that's fine. I could tell you certainly we're doing quite a bit of it. That's fine. I mean, that's too many games to. I have enough games as it is, so actually, don't tell me. Don't tell me because I got.
I'm just like looking over. I'm thinking I've got like a stack of 40 games there. I'm like, oh no,
my backlog on Steam. I think I've got like 50 games and then 100 games on my wish list that are thousands of hours I'm never gonna play. So it's like, don't tell me. I got a
too much stuff.
I have too much stuff, not enough time, and it's really annoying. Like I've been wanting to and then I just play Half-Life multiplayer again. So I don't know what I'm talking about. That's what I've been doing lately. It's
Nice.
really surprisingly addicting, by the way. It really is.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
I
What
love.
was it like? What the first Half-Life or?
Oh yeah, man. I love the first Half-Life, and I've actually been going through it,
Well,
trying
yeah,
to.
that's the first game I ever played on the PC, ever completed on the
Really?
PC. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Yeah, man. And well, and it's cool. And I've been trying to play through it and actually beat it this time. And it is. And I'm so mad. But and it's I have mixed feelings about it because
Hmm.
I started playing it, right, and I forget the conversation, but my lady came over here and was like, almost like, what settings should I put it on? And she just puts it on the hardest difficulty and sets it up, and I'm like, well, I guess I'll start. And now I'm so far in it that I'm like, wow. And I think I don't.
Keep learning
And
curve.
this is probably like I'm like I'm sure it's been praised so much over the years, but I underestimated
Mm.
how good. Like, I knew Half-Life was a good game, but just thinking about how it sets up the cinematics when you're on the train and integrating you into the story, like how much of a jump that was from like Doom or something. Like, this is
Oh
such
yeah.
an important game with the NPCs talking to you, and I'm like, wow, the
Oh,
little
it changed
visual
so
things,
much. Yeah.
so much. So, and
Mm.
I'm thinking about just how it handles the controls and the it's such. And the thing was, I'm not a great gamer,
Mm.
but I'm like, this is the hardest difficulty, and it is really hard, but I'm
Mm.
still able to get through it. So it's like it's a well-made
Yeah,
game.
great.
It's like I
Hmm.
am like on the edge of my seat, barely alive, but I can still get through this game. And I'm like, it's
No, I
that
was the same.
it's that
I was
what do
going
you
for it.
what do you call it? The I just learned about it. The A game should ideally be easy to play but difficult to master. And I'm like, that's a great example. I'm like, somebody's
Mm.
probably really good at this, but like this game is kicking my ass, but I can still kind of play it. I love it. It's awesome. And I need to
I
actually
like
get
that
back
stuff.
to the plot because the multiplayer is just so addicting, man. And there are some people get so good on that. I've been putting too many hours. So I'm like, I'm not. I love it when I'm like, I managed to get to the highest ranking and I realize, oh, some of those
Oh,
people aren't
cool.
logged in right now. I'm like, why am I taking out everybody so easily? Oh yeah, that's why. And then somebody shows up and kicks me off, man. I'm no longer number one. Getting there. Getting there. No, but yeah, that's mostly what I've been playing. And
Grinding away.
just grinding away and slowly kind of getting better at it. And I don't know if
Yeah.
that's an achievement or not, but it's been fun. But it's distracting. Let's see.
Fuck it. If it's fun, it's fun, man.
No,
Fuck
no,
it.
it is. I'm like, well, whatever. That's
I
the
mean,
most.
I was just thinking while you were saying that, I was just thinking, oh my god, all those hours that I put away on Call of Duties, getting prestiges, and it's like, why?
Hey, if you enjoy it, if you
Yeah, fuck
enjoy
it.
it.
It was fun at the time.
No, I liked some of the older Call of Duties a lot. I did back in the day. Well, I guess before we wrap up, I'll ask the sad question.
Mm.
Um, well, this will be the last thing I ask, but uh, I'm trying to think. Have you touched upon any anime recently that you have watched or would like to talk about? Since we kind of were both vaguely art sort of kind of anime
Mm.
people. You're the king of the anime and manga unboxers on YouTube, lover of all things geeky.
That's right.
Eh.
Certainly am. I rewatched like One Punch Man season 1 and 2
Okay.
recently-ish. Uh, watched Hunter x Hunter all the way up to the start of the Chimera Ant arc recently. JoJo
Yes.
Part 5. I
Okay.
think we're like 30 episodes in.
Okay. Better than
Uh,
me.
and I'm just waiting for Dragon Ball Super to come back. And I'm sort of like just
Oh, that's right. You're like on the other end of the spectrum. Like Z's the hater. I asked him on one of his streams. I was like, "Yeah, I haven't watched much Super." He's like, "You don't need to, Merlin. You don't need to." And you're a fan. You like the Super stuff. You're
yeah,
fine with
fuck
it.
it. I
You're
just,
fine.
oh man, yeah.
Honestly, from what I've seen of it, I thought it was fine.
I mean, look,
Tell me. Tell me.
like it's nowhere near as good as the original stuff, like
Sure.
the Kira Toriyama stuff. Of course it ain't, right? But
Sure.
I just went into it with open Dragon Ball heart and mind, and I just accepted it, and I've enjoyed it.
Uh, have they started animating the newest section? Because the manga, the most recent one I heard about really interested me, where they got like a Majin guy that takes their powers. Have they started animating that yet?
No, that's gonna be what when they hopefully come back.
Okay. Well, that looks interesting. And one thing I'm wondering, and let me ask you this. Do you think
Mm.
that Toriyama and all the people over there, they tapped into like what the most generic like fan fiction that we all made up as 12-year-olds was. Because literally, I'm not gonna lie to you, and this isn't, I'm not gonna say this was a genius idea, but I'm gonna tell you this. I don't know if you ever, I don't know if I told you this, but you have to believe me. I'm not lying to you. You probably thought the same thing. Resurrection F, Fakatsu no F, right? Return of Frieza. When I was a kid, that I had that exact same idea. That was an arc I wanted, where Frieza comes back with an army and they all have to fight, and they made it into a movie, which is why I thought that movie was awesome. I'm like, this is exactly what I wanted as a kid. So I feel like they're like everything.
That's how they keep us.
No, but that's the thing. I feel like all the new franchises, like Dragon Ball is a great example. They're like, to feed into that market, let's literally tap into nostalgia and literally give the people what they want. Is that a bad thing? I don't think it's a bad thing.
Not if you enjoy it.
I mean, I guess it's not the most challenging, but I'm like, it's simple, but it works. I think people hated on that movie, but I'm like, yeah, it's a little dumb, but it's silly. It's Dragon Ball, you know.
People take Dragon Ball too serious. I mean, think back to how it started. It's not Z. Right.
It's power
it
level.
Can be silly and stupid. I mean, Jesus, did you look? Whoa. Here's a thing that I found out recently. Oh my God.
Uh-oh.
This one shocked me, Merlin. Considering thinking back in the days of the Green Clan, all that sort of stuff, right?
Okay.
And all the discussions we had.
We did go hard.
Do you know that GT has got a resurgence and people are loving it? And I was like, what?
Dude. It's like a lot of the franchises. Like it
blew my mind.
It's like if there's a new series that comes out or a new iteration, like if it's the new Star Wars movies or the Star Trek show or Doctor Who, it's like there's a new thing, and then the thing that was hated on before, people are like, oh, it's not so bad. Yeah, like, oh, gee, no, look, I knew back before Super was really that big of a thing. I knew there were always some GT fans, but you're right. When we were starting to talk on YouTube and stuff,
there's a lot now though.
Like on 2012, 2013, like the GT, everybody's like, that was hated, the non-canon. Now, because Super has so much hate, oh man, GT was actually kind of good. And I'm like, was it?
I've enjoyed Super way more than GT.
Well, Super is more in line with the actual like world. It's like GT seems like a weird spin-off thing. It doesn't even feel as much like Dragon Ball for what I've seen of it. I didn't watch all of it.
It's terrible.
Even the art style is totally different.
I mean, you know how much like I love Dragon Ball, right?
Sure.
So like
kind of a little bit.
So going through GT even as a kid or a teen or whatever it was a struggle. I had to do it because I loved it and I had to see how it ended and what happened. But it was bad.
Do you still like the last episode? Because people still like that last episode as like an ending. When he merges with the balls or whatever. You just almost vomited a little in your mouth. I can hear it. What about when he fights Krillin and lets him get that one last hit in?
What?
Yeah, remember? Well, that's like the last thing he does after his family and stuff. He goes to fight Krillin again, and like he lets Krillin get the one punch in to make him think he hurt him. Oh wow, look at him! You hate that. You hate it. Stupid, he says. Yeah, actually, well, all right. Here, okay. Well, how about that? We didn't talk about. Yeah,
I think the only thing I liked about that series was just because it was a bit fan fillery at the time. Like, was just Super 17 because he was cool, but then like you look back at it and go, hey, he was really shit. Was
all right. Well, I'll tell you one thing. Super 17 was an alright idea, but I'll tell you what. Here's the thing about GT from what I remember.
Right.
There are a couple villainous concepts from GT that I liked. Like I liked Super 17's a silly fan fiction idea, but whatever. I think he's cool. I liked Baby because I liked the whole what were the truffle their vengeance,
like the idea of that,
like the vengeance against the Saiyans with this weird bio thing. I like the possession of, that's an interesting idea, and I also kind of like the concept of the Black Star Dragon Balls because they abuse the wishes so much, so there is a repercussion to that. I like that idea, but were all the dragons that cool?
No.
Like the Omega Shenron guy looked just like Deborah with spikes. Like it was ugly. It was ugh. But I like, that's what I'm saying. I like some of the ideas. Execution was
that's the best compliment you could give GT.
Good
Great ideas, not well execution.
I think Also, making Goku a kid again was a little weird.
Why?
I don't know. Oh, well, all right. Where do you stand on the Super Saiyan 4 thing? I'm guessing you don't love it.
I mean, it's okay, but I'm not as high on it as everyone is. Like, people absolutely love it. Like the Gogeta Super Saiyan 4 fusion
Well,
doodad.
well, people care too much about the fusions and stuff anyway. I never liked fusion. I think it's a Namekian thing, and that should be it.
Yeah, when he
But
turns all the different color, and I'm just like, oh,
I mean, once
fusion.
again, I like the idea because it's like, okay, you're channeling in with the power of the Yuzaru. Like you can keep that ape form without, losing your
Yeah, I
mind.
like that idea. Yeah,
Like,
that's
a
cool.
cool idea, but eh.
But then the end product,
Ugly. Do you like
he
the yeah, like the eyeliner, and when Sean Chen was like, I'm gonna talk really evil. I don't know, but people do like it. It's fine, I guess. Well, here, but go dead.
people think fucking Super's worse than that. Like what?
No, I no, I think Super expands the story and the world, and it looks better. No, Super is, I think, better than that. But
Yeah, I mean, I know what it is. It's just a Goku and Vegeta show, but I mean,
well, that was the inevitable way it was going to always. But at least they've included some of the other characters and tried to have them do things. It's not all Goku Vegeta show, just mostly.
yeah.
But that's the only real inevitable problem. But that's a whole nother discussion. We could just talk about Dragon Ball. We always do say, what do we always say?
Goes back to Dragon Ball.
Always, it has to come back to Dragon Ball. We didn't talk about RoboCop for 2 hours because we already did that. We do it with the whole movie. But I will ask you. So, how do you still feel about Fullmetal Alchemist? How's it still ranking for you? We got to mention FMA. You're the other big FMA fan, I know. Has it finally been usurped?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so, but I just had to double check because you didn't mention it. Like, so got to mention FMA.
Now, I haven't watched all of Attack on Titan, so everyone's just going nuts over that at the moment. So I'm like, okay, so I need to watch that just to make sure it isn't as good as everyone says it is.
Dead. I'm gonna confess I haven't watched it all, and I do like. Once again, I like some things about it, but I don't think it's going to take FMA's title for you.
Okay.
I'm highly confident.
How many seasons do you watch though? Because there's like 4 of these things.
I watched like 1.5 seasons. I'm not even going to talk about it because I Attack on Titan lost me. I had to have told you about.
I'm not gonna lie, I totally hipstered out, and when it boomed, I just went, well.
Oh yeah, no, I remember. You had the video talking about the manga long before the anime came out, before anybody cared. I remembered your video, like, this is gonna be good, and you were right. I remember that. You were. That's true.
That shit was going to be massive, and look at it. It fucking went.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing for
get on the train.
That was one of the biggest anime in recent years. You're absolutely right, and you were one of the first people to talk about it. I remember that. I do.
I think I was like one of the first 3 videos on YouTube even talking about the manga.
Yeah, I remember that. That was like a long time ago. I think it's before I think I might have just met you when that happened or something. But wow. It was like almost 10 years ago. It
was.
Wow, that's wow. Yeah, I liked the anime and I probably should watch more of it, but I lost interest. If you watch more of it, you can let me know what you think. My big problem, well, maybe you don't care, right? Because how much of the manga did you read?
I think when you find out who the Colossal Titan is and the Armored Titan is,
okay.
That sort of area, and I think maybe I read a couple, maybe like 10 chapters ahead, but I've just forgotten what's happened. But
okay,
I sort of dropped it around then.
I
think when they went to the basement, I picked it back up, and then I dropped it back again.
Oh, okay. You probably know about as much as me, maybe more, but that I don't know. You probably don't care, but have I told you my issue with Attack on Titan? Do you remember? Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, all right. Well, I don't want to belabor the point, but like my whole thing with Attack on Titan, the reason I liked it, can you guess why I was hooked into it? What part of the concept I liked? Can you guess what it was? Can you guess?
Gory sci-fi sort of post-apocalyptic element.
Sure, all that was fine. The Titans and stuff were fine, but my favorite thing about it was that the people, these normal ass people with their ridiculous hooks and wires, had to like strategically fight against these giant monsters and get behind the neck, and they had to use strategy, and they had to be cool, and they had to, and it was like, oh man, these people are so up against it. It's this challenging thing. And then what do they do, Dad? Because it's an anime. What the do they do?
You get the power up, motherfucker.
You get a guy who just turns into one of these things, and then he's gonna be the one guy. Okay, he's gonna be the one guy that goes Super Saiyan. Then everybody and I'm just like,
then he's got to go Super Saiyan 2.
And I'm sure that's one thing people like about, but it's like with Bleach, good old Bleach back there. I liked the initial horror concept of what it was going for, and then it becomes this big, and it has to turn into the thing where people fight and it sells. But I liked the initial, and it's the thing that got me into it is not what it became. And I'm sorry I'm ranting here, but like
No, I agree. That's probably where I dropped it when it stopped becoming what it was.
Okay, so I'm not alone on this.
To be fair, like I clearly remember the dude that writes it, or whatever, saying that when it just started to really pick up, saying that he was going to extend the story.
Oh no! Oh, so he. Oh.
Did you remember that? And I was like, oh no, that's not a good sign.
They do that.
This was meant to be a short series.
That happens with manga all the time over there.
Yeah.
But hey, look.
This was definitely meant to be a short series. I remember doing like the theory videos on it. I was like, you can clearly see what's going to happen. And it's like, I'm going to go extend the series. I was like, oh
shit. Well, look, people like it. He's making his money. It's fine. But like, it's just, I just think there was a really interesting idea, and that's not the main focus of the series anymore.
Hey, it might still turn out to be amazing. We haven't watched it yet.
Well, from what I watched, I thought it was well done. I'm not going to say I thought it was bad. The horror element was good. It was good atmosphere, but that whole aspect of it, I think, is a little bit of a kind of a fallback that I think is just a little lame.
Well, I think it gets kind of like political later, like with all like the kings and all these societies and stuff. I believe.
It's all like a weird class conspiracy to keep everybody down. Like, I get it. I get what they're going for. I'm sure it's interesting, but it's kind of like Code Geass. Like I think I get the concept's cool, but I was never as into it. I don't know. I can't fully judge it because I haven't seen the whole thing. But that's what I'm saying is that switch is.
I just watched the first 2 seasons of Code Geass.
Well, I think aren't there only 2? Well, there were 2 seasons. I think there's more now. There's more now. Yeah. Well, hey, they brought it back. I should get back on that again. I need to rewatch Code Geass because I admit I never finished it.
Amazing.
I knew the ending, and it was like, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. It's interesting, but yeah, there's a couple classic it's like with movies. There's like and games. There's classic stuff I haven't seen. I gotta see. Like there's some anime gaps I've got. You've got a couple. I'm glad you watched Hunter x Hunter though. By the way, that good for you. So wait, you stopped at the Chimera Antark. Why?
Oh, well, I've watched it all before, but I was watching it, so it's like rewatching, and we just binged it. So I thought, wow, just take a little break.
Gosh, you're just eating your Hunter x Hunter.
Because we just done, I don't know, what is it, 90, maybe 100 episodes.
Well, I'll tell you what,
solidly.
the idea I had for Full Metal Alchemist that was kicking around, I want to get to it at some point because I know that at the end of this year I might be pretty busy. So I'm like, I want to get this done before I maybe never do it. I want to do like an episode breakdown, maybe podcast thing for all the original episodes. I don't know, maybe like 52 days of Full Metal Alchemist or something. And I was thinking, who would be a good co-host for me? And I'm like, it's you. I'm like, it has to be you. But the problem is, I know that with our time difference in our schedule, like, I don't think it's going to be consistent. So.
Nah, but there's a trick for that. Just use my strategy.
That's true. That is true. Just do it all at once and then release it later. I like that. I like that thing he froze on again. I wonder if did my internet go out? Did my Wi-Fi go out? Yep, it did. Did it again? It did it again. It did it again. But okay, you did cut off with and you were looking like this when you. What was the trick that I missed? Is it what I thought it was?
Oh, what was I saying?
About recording all the Full Metal Alchemist episode guides.
Oh, you missed that, right? Okay.
Oh, I did. You cut off right before you said there's a trick to that, right. And then you were like that. And I'm like, is it what I think it is? I don't know. That's a good.
Oh, see, I was still moving about. So
that's gonna be that's gonna be the thumbnail, by the way. It's just like, yeah. What was it? Just recorded all? Is that what it was, and then release it later?
Yeah, I was going to say, like, you just record it on the schedules that you can, so it doesn't necessarily have to come out soon, does it? So you could get it done in months if it needs to be.
Yeah.
And then once you've got all 52, you can premiere them as one. You could have one a week. Doom, 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 just set them out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's essentially what my idea was.
No, I think I'll try and do that. I just was like, I know that coordinating with you, like for episode by episode, might be difficult. So I was thinking, I want to have you on it. If you want to, like, I'm trying to figure out a segment. Maybe I could have you on for like certain episodes, like maybe your favorite or something. We could like do a couple of those. But if you want to do like a little, maybe like a soundbite clip where you like do like a 30-second review of the episode and do your thing, you can have fun with it. And like, so I'm like, let's take a break from our program and see what Walking00Dead thinks. Oh man, this episode was crap, or this episode's really great, because I think that might be good. I think that might be doable for you. Do you like that idea? Okay, so maybe that's, if you want, that's your thing. And then if you even got those little ones done and sent to me, guess what? I'd have more incentive to actually do my part. Like, man, I got to watch them all because I want to watch the series again. I do. I tried to get my buddy Nick to do it because we were watching, like, we're going to watch some classic anime, and he wants to watch other stuff. He didn't. He was like, I don't want to watch Fullmetal Alchemist. And I'm like, you don't watch more of it? I'm like, damn.
Has he already watched it?
No, he never watched the whole thing. But he's going, that was the thing. He wants to go through and watch some stuff he hasn't seen, and if it hooks him, like, he wants to watch more original Gundam, which I'd never seen. And that's been fun. I like, so I'm cool with watching that. You don't like it? You like classics?
You know what? I bought maybe like 6 box sets of Gundam.
Okay.
I watched all of it, and I thought, I just didn't enjoy any of it.
Basically, you want to take all the Gundam you've ever seen and just flush it down the toilet, basically.
I'm not saying it's bad, you know. I mean, like,
it's not your thing.
It's like One Piece. It's just something I didn't get.
Bringing back the classic One Piece hate. Yeah.
No, do you know why? Because, like, I've been on Zoro had like 2 streams, and I keep posting on it. They found the One Piece yet, Zoro? I'm gonna make it a thing, because I'm gonna start posting it on his stream every week. He starts getting in that green cage.
No, Hero actually told me he's been rewatching some One Piece. He's getting caught up, I guess. Like, look, here's the thing. I'm very behind on One Piece. Like, I like what I've seen of One Piece. Like, I enjoy the concept, right? Mm-hmm. But I know that Zoro and a bunch of other people love it. I get it, but I 100% agree with you that the main goal of the show is, like, it doesn't matter, I guess. Like I am interested on, like, I like the linear stuff where you're gonna find this mystical treasure, and I get it's the power inside them. I get the metaphor, sure, I get it. But I'll tell you one thing that's really impressive about One Piece, and maybe you'll be able to back me up on this. I should ask Zoro. Might offend him, but I'll ask him. I think the writing of One Piece and the presentation is so brilliant that they managed to make an entire shonen series where most of it is filler that doesn't matter to the plot, and people still love it. No other show I can think of has done that. But the show is like 90% filler, and nobody cares. They hop. I haven't seen, like, they hop to islands. They'll literally go to, I mean, I'm not an expert, but from what I've seen, they'll go to an island. They'll meet these people. They'll have an arc.
Series. You're not wrong. I mean,
they'll fight other people, and it has nothing to do with the main goal of the show, which I guess is the world building. They'll say it's good for world building, and I guess that's right. But I don't know. Now I seem like I hate One Piece too. Good job. See what you did to me? See what you did to me?
No, I don't hate it. I just don't get it. I wish I did. No. Because I've always said, like, you know, I love all shonen, like, battle stuff.
Sure.
And this is like the biggest, epicest, longest one, and I just like, I fell asleep, man, and twice watching it.
When?
I want to like it. I've given it so many chances.
Well, how about this? You should read the manga, because reading the manga is quicker.
Yeah, I could, but it's so long in it.
It's shorter than the episodes. Oh, man. Wow, man. No, One Piece is good, but it's too long. I don't know if I could sit down. I'd have to check. You know that website where there's a website where it literally finds all the filler and you can cut it out? I feel that would really reduce a lot of the One Piece watch time. Maybe it'll be only 500 episodes.
Might cut too much out, though.
Yeah, maybe, because it's actually cool stuff that happens, like, I don't know.
Yeah, because it ruined all the world building, wouldn't it? Because
And that's the main thing about the show. That's why it's so good, man. People
I mean, I'm sure that's what I'd absolutely love about it, but
learning the world. Yeah, like it's cool.
I just can't get into it. I can't get into it to get into the point where I can see the world building.
Is it because you don't like the characters that much? Like, why can't you get into it?
Oh, I just
Don't like Luffy or Zoro or?
No, I don't like Luffy. No.
Well, Sanji. Sanji's cool. I like Sanji.
I like Zoro and Sanji. I like the rest of the crew. They're all fine.
Okay, Nami and Usopp and Chopper and forgetting somebody. Who am I forgetting? Brooke and Robin, of course. Wow. Did I miss anybody? I think that's all I remember. I think it's the main crew. One point it was. Yeah, I'm good. Okay, good. Whoo! One Piece 101. I'm okay. Let's see. Just remember there was...
I don't know. It's just one of those things where you can't get into, and you're just like.
Wow. Well, hey, look, it's fine. Everybody can't like everything, or else there'd be no conversations, right? Exactly. That's fine. But no, One Piece is fine. But
people love it.
People do. Is that like still the biggest show? I mean, of the old days, it was, I guess, years ago, of the old big three.
No, I actually think something's overtaken it recently, hasn't it?
Demon Slayer. People love Demon Slayer.
I'm really not up on the modern.
I'm just trying to think of like Demon Slayer and My Hero Academia was big for a while. Which I like that show. Couldn't get into it.
Still haven't watched it. I've got it.
I liked it. I'm behind on it, but I really do like what I've seen. I think that it's kind of like it's got sort of a Dragon Ball Hunter x Hunter thing where I really like more than any other show. I guess some people might say this about Naruto or Bleach or something, but I think that that's the only show I've seen where I actually like pretty much all the side characters, like all the superfluous side characters. Like they're all distinct personalities. They all look cool, and I'm invested in their stories too. I can't say that about a lot of the other shows. Like I like the cast a lot, so I enjoy.
Yeah, Last was really good.
Yeah, I really liked what I've seen, so I recommend it. All Might's pretty great. I suspect that's probably.
I'll probably watch it then if it's finished.
I think it's most up to date. I don't think the manga's done. I mean, I'm sure. I think it's still going. But there's that one. One Punch Man was big, but not anymore.
Yeah, that needs to come back.
What was that one show that people liked? Was it Promised Neverland? I don't know if that's shonen or not.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
People like that one. I feel like I'm missing something too. I remember there's Demon Slayer, Goblin Slayer. People like those. Am I missing? What is a big anime right now? I feel like I am missing something.
To be fair, I think you've named them. I think they are the big ones, but there's still just ones that have never.
Did I miss anything?
Enticed me. I'm like, yeah, but all right.
Nah, but like I said, the only anime that I've been most up to date with is because of Honey Lemon. She's a big Fruits Basket fan, so after making me watch the original, I've been watching the remake, which is close to the manga, and I will say it here, man. Fruits Basket is great anime. It's excellent. I mean, it's like romance, but it's like drama, and they're super. And you know what? It's a shoujo, and I think it's really good. So you know what?
Look, mate, when I first watched fucking Haruhi Suzumiya, I was like, oh my god, this is incredible.
There you go. Like it's the same.
Watched all of it. I bought the box sets, the movie. I was like, oh.
So I'm like, I feel like I almost think about doing like videos for it, but I'm like, yeah, the most up to date current anime I have is the Fruits Basket remake, which, I mean,
like forever ago.
Oh yeah, the original came out years ago, but people like it. It's one of the big Funimation things right now. So like the voice actors came back and we're like, oh yeah, man, we get to we do our parts again, and like it's like a big thing. I'm like, I know people liked it, but I didn't think it was like that big of a thing. So not my wheelhouse back in the day, but hey, you know what? I sometimes have thought about doing videos, but every time I mention it, it's like I get like in a stream or something, I get 0 comments. I'm like, yeah, I guess they just want to hear about more Dragon Ball stuff. I get it, guys. I get it. Too insecure to watch the girly stuff. I get it. But yeah, that's that. And Hero was telling me that is it Megalobox? Megalobox, I heard was like the boxing show with the guy with the arms. He said that was good.
Oh, okay. I've seen that maybe on Netflix, but I've not watched any of it. I felt a bit like, should I?
Netflix one, and he also really likes Baki. I think he liked Baki. Wasn't that what he liked?
Yeah, I've watched Baki actually.
Baki the Grappler, and
I think there's 2 or 3 seasons.
Something like that. I feel like Netflix released another anime. Oh no! Do you know what else I watched with Honey Lemon? You know what I did watch the first season of Beastars actually.
Yeah, I think I've got 5 episodes in, maybe.
That's an interesting show. It's an interesting show. I'll say that much. It's the R-rated Zootopia, I call it. Yeah.
Yeah, I've tried quite a few of these like Netflix originals. Like,
yeah, that's actually been
like,
the big.
Castlevania was like good.
Oh yeah,
I watched seasons, but
I watched some of Castlevania. I thought that was really pretty good from what I saw of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think like the first season was great. The second season was okay. Third season wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
The fourth's gonna be the last.
Oh yeah, I didn't know there was another one coming out. Oh, I am hype about the Godzilla anime coming out though soon.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, I think in June. I think Netflix is doing that, so hopefully that'll be good. Should be. Hopefully it won't be weird CGI like the movies were. You know, if you watch those.
No.
CGI? Yeah. They had the CGI anime Godzilla trilogy anime movies from. Yeah.
Oh no, I've seen. I know about them, but I haven't actually watched them.
That's okay.
Yeah, I was a bit like.
Yeah, they go into space on a planet, and Godzilla's barely in the first one at all. Like they have to leave Earth because of Godzilla or something. I forget. It was okay. It was just, even with anime, they still make a Godzilla movie where it's not really much Godzilla, and you'd think that would be
why are people watching it.
I don't know, though. I will say, I'll tell you what. If you can find the scene, the first Godzilla anime movie has one of my favorite things ever, where you know how the military force decides to fight Godzilla. Their last plan is.
What's that?
Well, I'm sure you know that Godzilla has a great history of like taking down airplanes and whatnot that go after him, right? Yep. So these guys, it's futuristic. So like picture 500 soldiers on these like air speeder bikes just flying towards Godzilla, and that's their plan. Brave souls, I say.
Madness.
Pretty much, but it was great. Maybe not for the right reason.
Oh no, I can imagine.
Watch the first Gamera too. I don't know if you saw a little video I posted about that, but I watched the sub and the dub for it, the old school one, and there was a point in the dub where I was laughing the whole time, but then I just broke, and I had to record the scene, which broke me. And it's like the kids trying to meet Gamera, and the train going on a train, and it explodes, and somehow they're perfectly fine. It's I can't even describe it. You'd have to watch it. I don't even know what I'm watching.
Wow. Godzilla stuff's just mad, isn't it? It's like...
I love that old stuff, but this cast is going off the rails. Before we wrap up, man, I know you've got more WrestleGamia stuff. Are there any more things you kind of want to hint about that are coming in your backlog that we can look forward to? I know you said some other stuff might be out there. Anything? Others? Because you said this month was WrestleGamia. Anything for maybe next month or future months? Maybe.
Yeah. WrestleGamia's got how many have we got? 5 more episodes to go actually.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, I'm gonna go and move it on to my weekly segment that I've made like ages ago. Mm-hmm. That's gonna come out like every Sunday, called Game Vault.
Oh yeah, I remember that. You told me about that.
So I'll finish that because I said I wanted like to make 53 episodes basically for like. I think actually I've done more than 50 actually. I think I did like 60. So sometimes I might do more, but or I might make it like a season 2. I don't know, whatever. Sure. But I've got enough basically to do one every week for a year now.
Excellent.
Once the WrestleGamia thing's finished, and then I'll kind of just sort of like upload what I kind of want in the sort of like middle of the week. Cool. Whether it's a let's play or a top 10 thing or a review or some sort of random thing.
Good. Well, hey, I'm looking forward to more of that content, and I'm definitely going to put this up there and going to try to promote your new channel. It's Walking Double O. Is it Z? I was forgetting Walking Dead
Yeah, it's
Z.
just got a Z on the end now.
It's just Walking Double O Z. So I'll link it in the description. But
A little homage to Dragon Ball Z.
oh, I get it, because this the original, and then this is the sequel. Z. Wow,
Yes.
very close. Yeah, I'm picking up on it now. Very excellent. Very good. And so does that mean people should sub to that channel only? You're not doing anything on the main channel anymore?
No, I'm gonna I've got like old videos that I've left in private, but I'll probably like just put them on Premiere and release them for at one point, and then I'll just do like a hey, come over here.
Oh, okay.
Way
Yeah,
better stuff.
let more people know about it. But yeah, man, that's great. Well, hopefully I'll get you on here again. Maybe we'll try to do some other segment or something at some point. I'd like to.
Sure.
I would like to try and get the Phantom group together for another call, but that seems to be near impossible. To get more than like 2 people in a call at a time is hard, because you ask a question in a chat and only like it's always you that answers. Like, I'm good, and sometimes Hero will be like maybe, and then it's like everybody else. I got to message them, and it's just like, I don't know. People are busy, man. What you gonna do? But we'll have to do some kind of collaboration thing and put it on the other channel so we could say the Phantom group is.
Yo, we're gonna have to pull Uber out of fucking retirement. That's what we need to do.
Oh yeah, he commented on my video for the
He
book
did.
thing, and I was like, oh, Uber's gonna. And I'd like to have him on a podcast, but I don't know if he wants to.
Amazing. You know, it was random because like I think a couple of months ago, I like went on his channel and I was thinking, right on his like comment, I was like, really miss Uber Car being on YouTube.
Yeah, no, Uber, like, the thing about Uber was that the thing I admired about his stuff is just the endurance, because he would just sit and he would just go like for these like hour-long like tangents about something, and it was great. Like, he had a lot of energy. I love that guy. He was very cool.
Amazing. Yeah. I love watching his stuff.
I wonder why he doesn't do stuff anymore. Who knows? But yeah, if I could get him, hey, if he wants to do a podcast, that's fine. Who else came back was Starkweather, McWhirlpool Inc.
Oh, really?
He's got a new channel. I want to try to promote his thing. He's back. He's
cool.
Manga, and I think Bankai came back too a little while ago.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So yeah, people are making the rounds again, dropping by. They're still out there. All right.
The old generation.
Yeah, the 2012 to 2015 YouTube anime community, or whatever it was.
Imploding.
All right. Well, hey man, thank you for dropping by, and
yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course, anytime. I hopefully have you on again. All right, everyone, stay magical.